Once more with feeling. Hopefully this works. Okay? It's working. Let me copy that. Let me put it over here. Let me paste this. This is the stream for real this time. For realsies. Hopefully everybody shows up that was just here. What the heck was I saying? I got some Pacifics. I made a beach towel special. I started revamping some timetables. I really wanted to spend most of today on AI stuff, because that bug has bit me again. There's other things we should probably be doing also. I mean, obviously, we've got a lot of, we've got a lot of gray area still. I need to do a little stuff. Route name, Tillburn Peninsula. Same as it always is. Same as it ever was. Same as it ever was. There we go. There we go. We did one little piece. We're on our way. I just need to get all the details in, you know? A little gravel lot back here, I guess. I'm just going to use this texture. Yeah. Alright. So, I think we can handle some of the little stuff, the little scenery fiddly bits, and then sort of continue on. We have a lot of splines we have to make. Oh, what were we saying about the trains? That's right. Okay, so let's go back over here for a minute, and I'll give my sort of elevator pitch on the situation, which is that we have, so far as I can tell, unless there are ones that I've missed, which there probably are, 6 kinds of Pacifics that we can use. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4 here, and then 5, 6 over there. These two are N3V models. I'm not sure if they're free, and these 4 are on the DLS. I could go on the DLS more. Now we have, and just fool around, it would make sense, or it could make sense, that the Gilson Eastern would largely use both sorts of fueling for their locomotives. You would have oil engines, and oil-fueled stuff, on the south side of the peninsula because you're closer to the refineries in Wombeck. And on the north side of the peninsula, you'd have the coal-fired stuff because you're further from those refineries. And so we have basically a small and a large Pacific. Now again, I think this guy is just wildly out of scale, so that's kind of an issue. But this is a typical commuter train. I mean, you've got 6 coaches. Same thing with this guy, you've got 6 coaches. Here's a baggage car. And then this is a beach towel special. You've got 3 FL9s out of the 10 that they have. Baggage car, or sorry, RPO, baggage, and then a mixture of coach cars, chair cars, or, parlor cars, and a couple of cafe cars. One sort of for the front end of the train, one for the back end of the train. This is not too far from a reasonable concept in real life, so figured it was okay. And then these guys are similar. I was using New Haven Concept as a model. So, this guy for a commuter train, this guy for a commuter train, these two commuter train, these guys for sort of larger passenger trains. Of course, the Gilson Eastern also has other things. The Gilson Eastern has some Hudsons, it has some Northerns, and it has some diesels that would be usable in this context. It has some E units. There's about 50 E units that they recently bought, and yeah, so you've got all those on the roster. But this was just sort of an example. And then you could have commuter trains pulled by E units or sorry, an E unit or a couple F units or, you know, sort of whatever. You can just throw whatever on a commuter train. But point is, they've got a lot of options. US Pacific comes with Kickstarter County 2. ASP Pacific, the P10, that is on the DLS. But requires user... I didn't have to do any user fixes, I just downloaded it. If something needs user fixes, I don't use it. I don't make any user fixes. The one that I downloaded just worked right out of the box. And I haven't modified anything on this copy of TRS 2022. So if it works, it's because it just works. Tillburn Peninsula is the name of the route. There were other SPP10s that did not work, and then there were these that did work. So I don't know what to tell you. Some of them work, apparently. Some of them don't. Okay, give me some grass. I can get you the QIDs exactly if you want to download them for yourself. Unless there's something wrong with them that I haven't discovered yet. In which case, I'm wrong. But I haven't noticed anything wrong with them. Then again, I haven't tried to drive them or use them at all. So, who's to say? And I see a little bit of grid there. I don't like that. I'll clear that up in a minute. 0.3. I mean, neither. This is just the version I'm working on. 0.3 is the newer one, but that doesn't have this section. It doesn't have anything on this side of the bridge, basically. This is all virgin land. It's all just gray grid. But I'm going to work on this for maybe half an hour, and then we'll go and start meddling with the AI, and maybe we can get something to happen. That remains to be seen, but we're going to try. The thing with the AI is, it's almost best done in, like, supplementary content, because the testing just takes so long. That said, I really wasn't running tests longer than 3 hours, but to do the tests and then do, you know, sort of the troubleshooting and the editing and the retesting, that would be a week for each test, as it were. But that's something we're gonna have to work out. That's something we'll, you know, it's a bridge we'll cross when we come to it. We might be coming to it today. I kind of hope we do. In some respects, but I don't think that we'll be doing anything really serious today. We might be trying to program the OT1 or the OB1, the Olive Branch train. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see. I do want to. I feel like we've done the documentation that we need to do. We just need to transpose that into reality, so to speak. We need to make it happen in the map here. So, it's a big step. It is a pretty big step. It's sort of making the fiction real, you know. It's taking your schematics and turning them into something real. How many different ways can I say the same thing? So, what's so hard about the AI? Feels and seems easy. It is on a very basic level. It depends on what you're trying to do with it. The thing is, the AI in this game is, or it can be, very useful, very powerful. It can do a lot of simple tasks without a lot of guidance. You know, go here, unload, run around the train, you know, that sort of thing. It can handle that without much in the way of extra commands. When you start to get a route that's a little bit crazy and you're starting to ask it to do stuff that is a little bit more exceptional, that's when it really pays to know the commands and to sort of prep the route for the AI as much as you're prepping the AI for the route. You want to have track marks in the right places. You want to have things named properly and standardize your naming as best you can, which is why we're doing what we're doing in this map. And you're going to want to take, understand and utilize a lot of rules that aren't in the base game, but are nevertheless extraordinarily helpful. For starters, I'd like to point out one that we're going to be using extensively, which is this append commands from library, or copy commands, or it's copy commands from, and you can make a schedule library. And the schedule library is really, really cool because it means that you can have just a a list of schedules, or a list of things, right, that you can command the trains to do without having to rewrite it over and over again. Likewise, this schedule at track mark, this is a really special one. It does what this does, but it does it automatically. When a train goes over a track mark, it gives it whatever that schedule is. Like, so car barn. So these are for the car barn, and what these do is whenever a tram pulls in and touches this track mark, which is MV car barn 1, it gives it this set of commands. And this is just the beginning of the day schedule. So when the tram pulls in at the end of the night, it gives it the schedule for the next day. That is going to be really, really important because when we have trains that are pulling into yard tracks, or more importantly, engine house tracks, trains that are pulling into engine house tracks that will basically be their home for the rest of the day and into the night, and then they'll be coming out of there in the daytime. You want to make sure whatever engine is there, because it might not be the same engine that left there that morning. Hopefully it'll be the same type, but that's something for us to make work. Has the correct set of commands for the next day. Now, this means two things. One, it means that we can have engines that go somewhere else and don't come back to their starting point, which I think is important, because not everything is going to be a turn, and not every freight train is going to have our corresponding train in the opposite direction that sort of does the return trip within the span of 24 hours from 5 a.m. It's not a guarantee that trains will return to where they started. Locomotives will return to where they started. We can have two trains that go in opposite directions that both leave at 9 in the morning and don't go back, and just have the engines off those trains, run those trains in the opposite direction the next day. Yes, baby? Yes. Here you go, my love. So that's item number 1, and that lets us do some pretty cool things. Item number 2 is that we don't... I forgot what item number 2 was. I get distracted. Item number 2 is... Yeah, okay, so we can have different engines run the same schedule. We also... So this is sort of a consequence of it. We can't use engine bays that we've marked out for specific engines unless those engines are that we marked out for specific schedules, unless the trains pulling into those are going to be running that schedule later. So effectively, we need to have sort of... how do I say this? And it's going to be a couple layers deep, I feel like. We're not going to have engines go into roundhouse tracks with these things set up in them unless those engines are going to be running that train the next day. Well, it'll be easier to explain when we're putting it into practice, but think of it like this. With the trolleys, right? We've got the system set up so that when those trolleys pull into that car barn, they are given a set of instructions. Um, they're given a set of instructions which says to copy the schedule for the day from the command library. So it basically gives them the schedule for the day. If we had another engine pull into one of those car barn spaces during the day, it would automatically get assigned the trolley schedule. We don't want that. So yeah, that's what we have to look out for. Because originally in the first iteration of this, or really the second iteration, the furthest I got with it, which was in version 0.02, it was 02 point something. I don't think it got uploaded, or maybe 03 has it. Point is, it exists. Nothing was really set up like that, and I would have one of the engines, a Berkshire, pull in to a roundhouse spot after the engine that had occupied that had left, just to stay there, just to sit there, just to get it out of the way. And that's not ideal. Hello, Orion. For multiple reasons. One, because I was trying to pull a Berkshire into the Olive Roundhouse and it stuck way out and didn't fit at all. And two, because obviously, as explained, if I'm going to do this, that it doesn't work. I can't pull just a random engine into the engine shop to just call it a day. Bottom line is, even though we can't have the exact same engines, or even though we can get away with not having the exact same engine pulling a train the following day, we can't have two incompatible engines. Like, we don't want to accidentally swap out the Olive Train's Mogul for a Berkshire the next day, and vice versa. It's not something we want to happen. So we need to make sure that it's, even if it's not the same Mogul, it is a Mogul, or maybe like a Jeep 7 or a Jeep 9, or like a 10-wheeler American or something. Something relatively equivalent that goes into that roundhouse slot at the end of the night. And that might be worth writing down, what starts in each roundhouse slot. But I guess that's easy enough to figure out, especially if we are treating them as completely exclusive, sort of, you know. Okay, I think I know what I'm going to do with this stretch of dirt. Oh, wait, I said this was going to be a tree break. Never mind. You know what I didn't do? I didn't put down the electrical box over here. I'm glad that you like the idea that I want the AI to go on for days without stopping, because when I propose that to people, I usually get one of two responses, which is, yeah, I can try to open this. I usually get one of two responses. Response number one is, wow, that's so genius, that's so, like, you know, that's really cool and ambitious that you're doing that, and the other response is, you're completely insane. So here's a question. Do I get a switcher in various rolling stock, or a new electric engine and auto racks for a Hot Wheels train? Honestly, the Hot Wheels train sounds really cool. Getting the auto racks might be the play there. It depends how much you want the other stuff. It's just, anyone can make a train full of random rolling stock. Not everyone's going to make a Hot Wheels train. Especially if you've got your own Matchbox cars on it that you can just, like, switch up whenever you want. I don't care. Oh, I did put it down. It's over there. It would be on this side. Why would it be on that side? I say, critiquing me. I would go for the Hot Wheels train. That sounds cool. It's a little bit unique. It does. As if the concept of Tolbrand wasn't crazy enough. There were two founding tenets for this route. Number one was I want to make a realistic route, and that meant realistic distances between towns, realistic town sizes, realistic railroad ops, etc. And number two was I want to automate the whole thing. I wanted the whole thing to be automated, which that number two has been something that I've strived for as long as I've played Trainz, basically. And that number one is something which assures that I will never, ever, ever finish this route. um, but in seriousness, it is the sort of thing that pushes this over the top, that makes people really like the route. That it is realistic in that regard, and it isn't a typical Trainz route on the one hand, nor is it just a prototype route, like a dem that someone's done up. And I mean a prototype, not a proto-lance. Because people see this and they go, wow, that's a beautiful route, and then they realize it's not based on anything in particular, and they get, doubly impressed. Because replicating a given area is very cool and very interesting, especially if you're from that area, or the person who's making it is from that area and they're trying to replicate it as it was in a given time period. Like, that is very cool. And it does take a certain amount of creativity to bring that to life, because you've got to look into the past and you've got to fill in the gaps of, okay, what did this town look like in this era? And then you have Proto-Lance, which is neat, but you don't necessarily have to abide by anything. Proto-Lance is cool, but you're sort of, half the world set up for you, and the other half you can make up as you go. That's not trying to diss on Proto-Lance people, because Proto-Lancing in and of itself is very cool. But I feel like it's easier to do a Proto-Lance than it is to do a prototype, like down to the letter prototype, or a well done, and I say well done because anyone can make up a railroad, a well done freelance route. And I think I wish Ogillies was here, because I would ask him what he was talking about the Utah Belt. Because the Utah Belt gets a lot of, people joke on it because the stuff sells on eBay for hundreds of dollars. It's not even a real railroad. Ryan, I'll come around to what you said in a minute. But he wrote something like, growing up is realizing the Utah Belt is really cool. It might be overhyped, but it's really cool. And I really, really want to understand. I want him to elaborate on that, because I want to know why. I want to know why he thinks that. I don't necessarily disagree. I don't really have strong feelings one way or the other on the Utah Belt. But I want to know what brought him to that specific realization. Yes, baby? Yes. You and your nails. There you go. I love you. Next, she's going to come back with a pickle jar. I love you. So yeah, that's where I think we're at. I mean, I think people do get particular. Oh yeah, no, pickles are delicious. Cucumbers masquerading as pickles are terrible, but that's a different argument altogether. Anyway, yeah, basically anyone can cook up a freelance route. Not everyone can come up with a really good freelance route, a really good and realistic freelance route, because freelance routes, you aren't bound by anything at all. You don't need to worry about, is this realistic? It's your freelance route. It's all about, hey Pat, it's all about you holding yourself to your own ludicrous standards, like this, and sort of then taking from real life to sort of understand how a fictional world might work, how the fictional world of your creation might work. Um, and that can be really hard, mostly because the thing you're constrained by is your own, like, what's the word? I'm missing a word here. It's your own. There is not a volcano on Tillburn, but I haven't really thought about that. Maybe there could be. Your own discipline is the word I'm looking for. Your own discipline. You need to be disciplined. You need to not say, it's good enough, and just sort of move on when it's not realistic and nonsensical. I mean, there are probably several. Having like a Mount Rainier on here would be an interesting one. Would be an interesting thing to do. One of the things that I never cooked up to put on Tillburn was like a cog railway. That would be kind of neat. But anyway. And in a prototype, the thing that holds you down, obviously, is reality. If you're trying to be like a real thing, you're going to have to match that real thing. And that can get pretty damn hard. And the reason I say what I say about Proto-Lancers, to reiterate, is that you have a guidebook to go by, but you can fill in the gaps however you want, as long as it fits the, sort of framework that you're already given. It just... I'm not saying it isn't difficult in its own right, but I am saying that it strikes me as something where you are less bound by your own discipline. You're bound by things that are beyond yourself, and you don't need to worry about making it perfect to fill in the gaps to perfectly represent an area, a region, a specific time period, etc. I find out if you go to Surveyor 2 and select an object and hold control button on it, it will copy it. That's very cool. I haven't used Surveyor 2 hardly at all. I have not spent the time to understand it. I don't know what advantages it really has, although I'll probably figure it out someday. I just am on 2022 because it's going to have the longest lifespan going forward of all the games that are out thus far, until they announce 2024 in 2 weeks or something. Who knows at this point. Speaking of announcements, Bruce Springsteen announced a 2023 world tour, and I'm already signed up to get tickets. I am so goddamn excited, even though I cannot afford to be buying Bruce Springsteen tickets right now. It is a bucket list item, and if I miss this, I'll be damned. I will not take a car to Tony's for like 3 months just so I can get these damn tickets. Yes, thank you, TTOML. Should I build one of those? Probably not. Am I going to? Also, probably not. I already have, I have 3 turntables? 4 turntables. 3 turntables on the route so far. Yeah, there's one in Mason's Landing, there's one in Mason Valley, and there's one in, Olive. Yeah, there's one in Olive. Olive also has a Y. The narrow gauge in Mason Valley has a Y and not a turntable. Anyway, I found a steel of an engine on eBay. I found a steel of an engine on eBay, not tallying and rolling stock for it. If my math is correct, I'll have 1 flat car and 2 auto racks with 8 cars each. That's pretty cool. What time is it? It's Kwanzaa time, sucker. It is 7:55. I'm in Eastern Standard Time. I'm in a little roadie. I'm in Rhode Island. Rhode Island, USA. Also, so, you know what? I did want to go on this. There were 2 things I wanted to do today. One of them was think about cards, because the next community playdate, which is tomorrow, is Cards Against Humanity. And we have our old, it's real old at this point, Iron Horseman card pack, which is still usable, but it's not up to date with the most recent memes we've come up with. Hell, it hasn't been updated in years. Jesus Christ, Dragon. Go to bed. It hasn't been updated in years, and I would love to update it. I'd love to come up with new cards new memes, new jokes, new people to put their names on cards, that sort of thing. I feel like that'd be fun. But I feel like Dean is sort of the person who would write down all this stuff, and Dean's not here. And honestly, I don't know if I feel like going through that right now. And by that, I mean having Dean here. That's a joke. That's a joke. Um, Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about was the Berkshire Flyer. The Berkshire Flyer. It's a new Amtrak train. It's relatively new. It just debuted like a week ago, and I don't get it. I mean, I do get it, but I don't get it. It is not really useful. I haven't looked at the schedule myself, so I'm taking this secondhand. But people seem to be having trouble figuring out how to utilize the Berkshire Flyer. And I am of the opinion that the only reason it exists is so that Amtrak can basically show CSX, if we put 2 more trains through the State Line Tunnel, it won't be a disaster. You get that, right? And CSX is Patrick in the "Is this your wallet" meme. No, logistical catastrophe. Can't run trains. They can totally run trains. They can 100% run trains. There's no reason they couldn't have done this years ago. They're literally adding. They're sending in more trains as we speak. They're just adding friggin' NS trains. I mean, it'll be a couple of years, but they're adding those trains. Since service under the Toledo Vision. Well, you say in an area that's already got a lot of service. Yeah, the Empire Corridor does. The Berkshires don't. Pittsfield gets 1 train a day each direction, and it's the Lakeshore Limited. It is exactly as much service as you guys get out there in Ohio. It's ruinous. It's awful. But here's why I think the Berkshire Flyer is a really, really good step. If you show CSX that you can run more trains through the tunnel without a catastrophe, then maybe you can have a second train, at least, a day, that goes between Boston and Albany. Have you ever heard those? Well, yeah, I mean, Central Ohio needs more trains. But have you ever heard of a railroad between those 2 cities like it might have been incredibly, like a really good corridor? Like a really useful corridor? No? Maybe? Yeah. Yeah. It was featured in Jeopardy. I need to release those videos. So yeah, the B&A needs more train. No, not the New York Central. Well, yes, but actually no. The New York Central let the Boston and Albany keep their branding until the end of the steam era, because Bostonians, for the life of them, would not get on a train that said New York on the side of it. And honestly, can you blame them? I can't. But yes, the New York Central. So the Berkshire Flyer is not a really useful service on its own, and I agree with that sentiment. But it is catering to a very specific demographic of people that like vacation in the Berkshires. But since it drops you off in Pittsfield, there's not a lot to do in Pittsfield. If it went up to like North Adams or something, that would be a little bit better. If they had a passenger train on the Housatonic, that would be a little bit better. Yeah, basically is New York Central with a Red Sox hat. That is a really good way to describe it. If you've ever seen the music video for The Devil Came Up to Boston, first of all, hilarious song, great video. Second of all, for those who haven't seen it, and those who have, the only difference between the main character, for those who are familiar with The Devil Went Down to Georgia, which I assume is just about everybody, is Johnny, I think. In the Boston edition, it's Sully, naturally. The only difference between him and the devil in the sort of music video is it's the same guy with a different baseball cap. Sully has a Boston Red Sox cap, and the devil has a Yankees cap. And I love that. But yeah, that's just the Boston and Albany post New York Central merger. It's the New York Central in a Red Sox cap saying, "How do you do, fellow chowder heads?" Um, and the bad accent is intentional. So, ooh, I can smell the sweet and sour pork. It's good. It's good. Um, so yeah, I mean, I guess that rant on the Berkshire Flyer is not as in depth as I thought it was going to be, but it just needs better connections. Like the buses in Pittsfield don't run on Sunday because they don't have the ridership. That's what the municipality says anyway. Which is sort of a huge wrench in the works of being able to get around once you've gotten there by train or are trying to leave on train. By train. What? Huh? DMs from Bender is great. From left to right. Oh my god, that's a lot of Pacifics. The sound is out of sync and the engine spec is awfully slow. Well, the SP Pacific you have is much older and probably fine. If you want to look into the others, just let me know. I'm about to do dinner and do Minecraft, nerd. The K11s have this bug. That's a Ben Neal model. Um, yeah, I'm trying to keep. I'm trying to keep. I forgot about the S&A ones. Um, I'm trying to keep only one of each sort of type per railroad. So what I mean by that is one of each model. I don't want to have two reskins of the B&A Pacific on the same railroad. Obviously, the same model could be sold to different railroads, and eventually I think I'll need to go through and sort of ascribe the fictitious locomotive works to these various locomotives. Like, we have at least two that exist in the early days, which is they're both in the Everett Lake. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Nope. 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 Oh, sorry. Hold on. Locomotive. Let's go back to the top. Um. Actually, I'm trying to read this and I can't find it. Um. I know the Akron Locomotives Works. Yeah, so Akron Locomotive Works has been mentioned in the lore, and another one that's been mentioned in the lore is I think the Jefferson Steam Power Company. Um, yeah, the Jefferson Steam Power Company. So there are two locomotive builders. Neither of them are on the route, which is probably an oversight. I should probably make a locomotive work somewhere. That is something that would be neat. Um, yeah, Alco lives on. Oh, thank you, by the way. I am gonna shave soon because I'm getting real tired of the facial hair right now. It's a little bit out of control. And I don't mean necessarily shave it all off, but I've just been so lazy. So lazy. I need a shave and my house needs a shave. The yard is out of control. You know when you have two people knock on your door and say, "Hey, you could pay me to cut your lawn," you know you need to mow your lawn. I'm dedicating Saturday to like chores and errands and stuff. I'm gonna go take short lines replacement card pack to the post office. I'm gonna mow the lawn. I'm gonna give one of my cars an oil change, the only one of the three that works right now. Um, and I'm going to probably do some other stuff. I wanted to write it all down and then I didn't. So, maybe give the dog a bath. Nobody's giving him a bath. Okay. So it's 8:06 now. The one thing I want to do, yeah, I have a lawn. I've got a little house with a lawn. Um, I am incredibly lucky. I cannot, for 1 minute, say that like oh, these darn kids, they just need to work harder. And no, no, no. I am, I am staggeringly lucky with regard to the hand I was dealt. Can't mow the lawn if it hasn't rained since Spain. All the grass is dead. Ouch, ouch. I assume Southwest problems. I don't. Well, your name is Mopac. I can sort of assume where you're from. Uh, but yeah. Um, I sort of fell over backwards into owning a home. I fell over backwards into a lot of things in life. I owe so much to my friends and also random chance, and I am not going to undercut that for a minute. I'm not going to understate that for a minute because I no man does it all by themselves, you know. Uh, and I think I am an exemplification of that. Even if it's not so much that I had people like helping me the whole way, I just had people on my side and looking out for me the whole way. You know? Okay. Southern Missouri. Hasn't rained in Southern Missouri. Oh wait, yeah, I get it. Also, wait a minute, is it rotating stuff or not? Yeah, it is. I just got unlucky. I should probably try that with something that's not a tree. It's tough to tell in the first place. Yeah, okay, it's randomly rotating stuff. Um, yeah, no, I can tell a lot of stories. Uh, an old friend of mine who unfortunately we don't really talk anymore. Donna Grace is Donna Grace is the reason I have a job. Basically, someone, the company that I work for now sent out like a thing, sent out uh, like an offer to the civil department where I was going to school at RPI. And the civil department, doing their due diligence, actually sent that out to the entire civil student body. They were looking for a traffic engineer. Or, yeah, they were looking for a traffic engineer. And I, being classic me, did not check my email. Did not see this email. Um, Donna Grace sends me a message and says, "Hey, I think you would be interested in this that you were probably emailed." And I went, "Huh?" And I checked on it and I applied and I got the internship and I got the job and I've had that job for 4 years. And if it were not for DG, I would not have a job. I at least wouldn't have had that job. Things would not have gone so smoothly for me. I can only assume, based on the struggle that some comrades have had getting jobs out of college. I I fell over backwards into this thing, and it gets better because I'm in the Northeast. Uh, oh wait, you're sorry. You guys are talking amongst yourselves. That's a good thing. Uh, so if it weren't for that, I wouldn't have a job. But then if it weren't for the woman who was going to hire me taking pity on me and saying, you need to spiff up your resume, do this, this, and this, and then send it back, and then I can show it to my boss. If it weren't for her doing that, I wouldn't have a job either. Um, it's the stars aligned. And then, I've told this story before, my aunt moving out of town, or my aunt getting ready to sell the house when I was just barely, or not even a year out of college, um, and me just being in the right place, not having an apartment, so I wasn't, just throwing money at a landlord for no reason, and I was I was actively looking for an apartment, and I had a bunch of money saved up, um, because I didn't yet own 3 Volvos. Because of that, I was able to get this house, uh, because it was just like hey, your aunt's selling the house. Would you be interested in buying it? And I was like, what? Yeah, I guess I would. Yeah. And then I became a homeowner. And now this house is worth twice as much as I paid for it. Not that I'm going to sell it, but I could turn a nice profit if I wanted to go live in a hole somewhere, I guess. I don't know what I would do if I sold this house. I would be really sad. It would make me a boatload of cash, probably. I mean, yeah. I mean, it would make me like... It would make me six figures, probably. But, at least if I finish the porch. But what am I going to do with that money other than just buy another house? Uh, I'm not going to go live in the back of my wagon. I can't do that. It lives at Tony's. Um, so, yeah. House for house, yeah. Looking for trades. No low ballers. I know what I have. I like this ground texture. I don't think I've used it before. I'm going to put a little graveyard here. A house for a house. Perfectly balanced as all things should be. Okay. My name is still not Elliot, by the way. Again, I can never tell if you're doing that to get my goat or because you're just messing it up. It says my name right there in the channel name. Okay. Alright. We gotta do the fun part now. Fun part. Let me take a drink of this first. I'm drinking soda. How weird is that? Alright. So, we have a bunch of spaces for trains here. And these are supposed to have the train numbers, but we need to come up with the train numbers. I did say we were going to go do the Gilson Eastern... okay, hold on. There are too many things going on. Let's spend like a half an hour to 45 minutes on passenger trains, and then we'll go... No. No, Mopac. Then we'll go work on the freight train. So that means I need to do this. You guys need to see my screen. Let me hide all the porn first. And... Okay. 800 feet long, styled after a battleship. Yeah. You say definitely not Yamato, which makes me think it's 100% gonna be Yamato. Weeb. Okay, so... This is my list of trains. My trains for north of Gilson, specifically. We have mail train, that's the midnight train. Long distance train, commuter train, commuter train, commuter train, express train, commuter train, commuter train, commuter train, express train, commuter train, boat train, which we already made. Commuter train, long distance train, commuter train, commuter train, commuter train, commuter train, express train, commuter train, long distance train, commuter train, commuter train. And by commuter, I just mean it only goes to Gilson City and stops and turns around. Express train, long distance train, commuter, commuter, express, commuter, commuter, long distance. So the distance between express train and long distance train is long distance trains generally making all the stops. Some stops are only made by long distance trains, some stops are only made by commuter trains. What those stops exactly are is yet for us to figure out. So, here's something I want to do really quick, because it just crossed my mind and I think it's neat. Right here... Oh wait, this is a bridge now, never mind. Oh wait, yeah, I can still... Hold on, I have an idea. Okay, where's that texture I was just using? You guys might already know where I'm going with this. And then this way is actually kind of already opened up, and we're gonna have to fill it with grass because we're removing the trees. But oh shucks, I wasn't spinning my texture. And then give me this, just to cover over the roadway. What is this? Well, this is the original alignment of Treadway Beach Road. It had a level crossing, and it also could have had... where's the search filter? Oh, there's no, like, just foundations. No? Let me see if I can find a foundation. That's sound. On download station. I'll download that anyway because I don't know what it is. Download this because I don't know what it is. This is some sort of track. Pond foundation? Oh, I get it. Mars structure, yeah, that's what we're gonna use. Foundation stone small. Let me download these. Yeah, that's exactly what I want. Excuse me. Oh wait, this is a large one. I want a small one. Hold on. Um, and then I want to grab a shrubbery that I can just put right over top of it, which we weren't really using shrubbery in this area, so I'll go up here and grab shrubbery. There we go. There we go. And then we can just actually cover this over straight away. There we go. And we're going to need something other than gravel as a ground cover in this area. There we go. Looks a little bit odd, but I hope that it's passable with what I'm trying to go for here. We have Treadway Beach. Are these signals called Treadway? Because they should be. OSI. Oh, it's all of South Interlocking. Duh. Because it's the distant for all of South Interlocking. That makes sense. Okay. Lore Pathway Rail Line. Hello, what's happening? I am doing a thing here. I was figuring out some Pacifics to beg you to reskin, and I decided that I was going to build an abandoned station for Treadway. Because I'm about to redo my timetable. Because I like the timetable that I've settled on, and someday I'll figure out the south of Gilson Union sort of situation. Um, but for now, I'm just not going to worry about it. Oh, excuse me. Okay. So first things first. I'm going to make sure... Yeah, so we're going to need a little bit more space than we have right now. Actually, I'm just going to delete this whole thing. I'm going to delete this whole thing because it does not matter. And we have a duplicate down here, so we can just, whatever. Delete cells, shift cells, left. Yes. And I actually want to put 2 rows in between each of these. So that I can put notes on what's what underneath. So first of all, I need to shift these over a little bit more. So delete cells, shift left. And then grab, come on. Oh, I can't click to the edge of the page because it's not, there we go. So this is some pretty crazy frequency we've got going on here. I don't know if we'll be able to make this happen, but I want to make this happen. I tried to use sort of a Metro North Hudson line as a basis, and the rest of it I just sort of felt out based on what seemed reasonable. Probably not the wisest choice, but I did it anyway. Now, we don't know how long it takes to get from off-map to Olive. I gave it 15 minutes generously. I feel like that's more than enough time. And now we need to look at this. So, we need to... Let's send through express trains. Through local trains. So, the express trains are... And I'll just copy this to be... We're going to copy the format. Just to, whatever. Paste special, format only. Okay. And then paste special, format only. We'll fix the format later. Boat train is technically a extra train, even though it is just basically an express train. Paste special, format only. Paste special, format only. I think we've actually gone over the number of express trains we could have. Because, first of all, these aren't going to make sense. It's just going to be commuter trains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, and we have 10 numbers to play with, so we're going to just go from 1 to 12 instead. If we have 6 corresponding trains going the other direction. Meanwhile, now I need to fix this. Yep, that's 6. And we will make these all good later. We'll make good on all these later. But this is more or less just an experiment. Olive, Mason's Landing, Pan Am, Bellington, Raven Bridge. We're going to need to open the map. Because I need to know how many other spots I'm putting in here. That's the Horseman map. Let me check the comment. 2662. What is the boat train? Okay, so What is the boat train? It's the Beach Towel Special. It is a early morning train that runs from Jefferson through almost non-stop, probably non-stop, to Meridian. Instead of going to Gilson Union on the Gilson Eastern trackage and then terminating or running through, it actually runs the Beach Towel Special leaves Jefferson, goes maybe stops at Olive, would not stop at Mason's Landing, would probably not stop at Bellington, would not stop at this town or Raven Bridge, and here at this junction, it diverts onto um, New Shoreham Tramway trackage, which is why it runs the FL9s so that they can use the third rail. And it runs down through here, through Gilson Union on the lower platforms. That's what it is in my head. Through Gilson City or Gilson Central Station, and then this way past Gilson Terminal, and then out to Meridian. It probably stops. It actually might not stop at Gilson Union. It probably stops at Gilson Terminal, and then might stop again here. Well, no, it wouldn't stop again there. So, it is a super express, basically. It stops. You know what? I'm gonna say it doesn't stop at Olive, but it maybe stops at Bellington. I don't know how big Bellington is gonna be. I keep sort of waffling on that because I look at it's Bellington and South Bellington, and it might end up being like an Olive-sized town. It might end up being a little bit bigger. Originally, I had thought that Olive was going to be one of the larger cities on the route, but that might not be the case. Is this blurry for everyone else, or is it just me? I think it's just me. Quality Auto 144p. My own stream is just blurry as heck. Hopefully that's better for everybody else. I feel like people would have said something if it was substantially worse, if it was that bad. So yeah, we do need to do some spreadsheeting here. Okay, I'm glad it's just me, because we need to set these up. Most importantly, this express train, which is going to be train 1, I guess, in the morning, is going to be the first express train that comes through. The mail train is also going to be an extra train, so it's going to be 11 through 19, or I guess 13 through 19. And yeah, so I wanted to check how many station stops we needed to add. So Pan Am, there's one between Bellington and Raven Bridge, so I have to write intermediate stop here. Then I'm actually going to add a row. We don't have a name for the town before Raven Bridge. What was... I might call it Campbell, because of Camp, which has just re-entered my brain. Oop, I just shared Bender's DMs with the world. It's not an episode under construction if I don't share my DMs. Thankfully, it didn't show any of the nudes that we send back and forth regularly. So we have Pan Am, Bellington, Campbell, or Camp Campbell, Raven Bridge, this junction town, and then Gilson Union. So that's another 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay, so I think I have it right the way it is. I did it again. What is that ideas document? It's just where I catalog my ideas. In fact, I think the outline is broken. Something updated and all of my outlines went away. I don't know where I would put a locomotive works, but so anyway, did it again. Keep clicking over there instead of over here. So that's my ideas document. It's just ideas, and it's also where I keep track of things that I have done or things that I know I'm going to do. Um, oh yeah, that's right, Jasper Mills. That's what this place was supposed to be called. Um, all right, that's Pan Am. Where's Jasper Mills? Oh, did I lose all that work? Oh wait, it's right here. No, I didn't. Um, I'm just gonna write that. Um, in fact, I could. Well, that needs to be replaced before we do that. Anyway, this was not the point. Um, the long distance train is the equivalent to the through local train. Um, and it would be making most of the station stops. I mean, the pattern that we've established down here is pretty close to what I expect it to be. Did I overstate the number of intermediate stops I have? Yeah, I did. Oops. I'm probably gonna end up with more. I'm almost definitely gonna end up with more. So I think we should work on the boat train first. Which, like I said, is gonna be one of these extra trains. Which I don't have the color for that because I never did one of those down here. I probably deleted one though, up here. Paste format only. Um, is that the color that I'm looking for? Is it me you're looking for? Oops, double oops. That's too green, too green. They were green, but not that green. In fact, I'm gonna go down one more level to that. That sounds about right. Yeah, that is about right. And then this is two down from that, which is about on par with what I expected. So this is train 13, lucky number 13, boat train in the morning. There's going to be a boat train back the other way at some point, probably in the evening. And yeah, we need to work this out because we just need to know how long it takes to get between places. And I think this is a good experiment. Now, if we keep doing things like we've been doing, that means the boat train is going to be, let's see, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth train out, which 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's actually the spot is occupied right now. The other thing I need to do that I did in an old version of Trainz was I actually made like a No, I wonder if we can boot up Tane and check that. I remember making like a showcase area. I don't know if I actually did that. I remember wanting to do that. Let's see if we can boot up Tane at the same time. Let's see how much my computer hates this. I'm already using 63% of the memory. Let's go stare off the edge of the world to the void and see if we can boot up Tane. I don't even know if I have it installed, actually. Do I have it installed? Am I missing it? It's right here. It's not gonna work. Watch it not work. Oh, it does work. Alright, let's start Trainz. This is such a bad idea. I'm gonna set my whole computer on fire. So locomotive works, create or repair. So that'd be create. Create engines. Build new engines. Technically, an intermodal train can be classified as a mail train. Maybe, like, legally. Close, I don't care. I guess I don't have it. I thought I did. I thought I had, like, like a locomotive showcase. It couldn't have been on an even earlier version of Trainz. Was it in 19 and I just hadn't thought about it in a while? It might have been in 19. Let's look in here. You could try 19. I'll boot that up in a minute. But it might have been in here, because this is, I think, the most recent test map that I made. This one might be wonky as dicks. I don't know what's going to be in here. I also might be in session mode, I just realized, instead of edit it. It will be train running time. I want to program that train, though. I also need to look at my standards for, track marks. Railroad, town, location, description, number, direction. Right. It's going to be like GERR North Staging boat train is what it's probably going to be called. Oh yeah, okay, so here we are. Pause this. This was me putting down 10 million tank cars. This was me testing all sorts. Yeah, I was testing a lot of stuff. This was actually me testing to see if I could make an automated train building system. But yeah, this is not organized enough for it to be my sort of catalog world. So maybe I did not have one. Maybe I genuinely did not have one, and I am confused on my own accord. What is Dave over here? Oh, Dave's one of those. This is frickin' schizophrenic, this area. Oh, hey, Jacques. Sandy and Rangeley and Lynn. Just a random coach. 40 PH. And some test stuff in one of the VMR Alcos. You'll love to see that. And Gabe and some boxcars. Okay, so it wasn't this. I'm wondering if it could have been in an earlier version of Tillburn instead of an earlier version of Trainz, but I think at this point I'm spending too much time looking for it. So, bottom line is, once upon a time I had made just a place to catalog all the different engines. Now, if we're going to go with these, I did number these already. 2404, 2401, and 2407. And this train, first of all, it should be under seed, which it is. Train priority has got to be 1. It's not that that matters. I don't use priority markers. I tried to once upon a time. And we're going to edit the session. So, driver setup. Let's take a look at these drivers. Because I actually want to... Okay, I don't have to add it, or I don't have to remove any. This rule will configure the drivers and then become complete immediately. This rule will not become complete until all schedules started here are complete. Okay. Add another driver. Let's say Paul. As long as we don't have him already. I guess not. Vehicle. 2401 is the lead engine, right? I already checked that. I need to check it again, though. No, sorry, 2404 is lead engine. 2401 is the middle engine. Oops, wrong button. Alright, so 2404. Not that it really matters that much. But so what is this track mark called? Because I don't know if this track mark is going to stay the way it is or what, but let's go here. Let's do this. So it's going to be called GERR North Staging or Jefferson. Boat train. Or let's just call it train 13. That's fine. It's the boat train. Or no, we'll do it like this. Yeah, because I can give an engine a certain number, and then it'll, a certain type. But this can be something specific. We might end up changing it later. Beach towel special 1. Okay, hold on. Let me think about this. If I do it by classes of train, that means we can assemble a train that'll fit a certain class that will... Then I can just send it to whatever spot is open instead of picking a specific spot. So that'll make things a little bit more robust in the long run. But the beach towel special is the beach towel special. It's going to be really specific. This is one of those trains that we can't actually get away with. We send it down the way, and then we send it back. There may be 2 of these throughout the day. And in fact, if we had 2 of them, then we wouldn't have to change our numbering in terms of express trains. So, would that be a bad thing? I don't actually think so. If we swapped one of these evening express trains for a beach towel special or equivalent, then we would only have 5. And what would be the benefit? It would sort of just be a super express that runs this route, you know? Yeah, I guess we could do. Well, okay, hold on. Let me think about this again for a minute. The Gilson Eastern has 10 FL9s. If if we have 1 train in each direction, that demands 6 of them. If we have 2 trains in each direction, that demands 12, assuming they're all on system at once. However, if the 3 that go down get turned and come back, that's only 3. The 3 that go down get turned and come back. So that means we'll have a maximum of 6 on the system at a time. What if it's scheduled like this? And I wish I just had a place to doodle. But let's say train goes down to meet the ships, right? At the same time, another train is getting ready to come up from the passengers getting off the ships. So instead of just turning that train right there, those engines can go and get serviced. That's 6 already. Those 3 engines then go up to Jefferson with 3 down in Meridian still. That's 6 engines. And when they get up, instead of being immediately turned and sent back down, they are sent in for maintenance, and a 3rd set of engines, so that's 9 out of 10. 3rd set of engines comes out of the engine house, and it pulls an evening boat train down at the same time an evening... Okay, so yeah, we have 2 in each direction. 2 trains in each direction, I think, if my math is right. 2 trains in each direction with 3 sets of power. And that's what I want to be doing. So, let me just doodle it down over here. Let's say engine 1, 2, and 3 go down from Jefferson to Meridian, hi baby, at 9 a.m. Or in a.m. Or we can just call it southbound a.m. And then 4, 5, and 6 are running the northbound a.m. What do you need, baby? Alright. Not quite yet. I don't think I'm ready yet. I know it's hot.
You want to come serve yourself when you're ready?
Actually, could I just have, like, a small bowl?
Well, I made rice, too.
You made rice?
I made rice to go on top. Like, I made rice to go on. Just to go on top.
Could you still make that work in a... Not like a small bowl, but like
I
a...
was going to put in a pasta bowl.
Yeah, but I just don't want a lot.
I'm not going to give you a lot, but...
Okay, okay, okay.
You say you don't want a lot, I'm not going to give you a lot.
Okay, I just don't want to use a big bowl if I'm not having a big serving, you know? Okay, 7, 8, 9 are going to be running the Northbound PM at the same time 4, 5, and 6 are running the Southbound AM. Or sorry, Southbound PM. And then the next day, you have 1, 2, and 3 running the Northbound AM. You have wait, this doesn't work, does it? No, wait. Because I wrote the southbound first. A fork, please. Because it's three engines in each direction. All right, now I gotta do math because I feel like an idiot. I think, thank you. I think this works, but I don't know if it works. So but I've got to employ like stupid thing. In my head this works. I just don't know if it does. So this is -3, backspace, -3, and then +3. Okay, can you not? And then this is 3, -3, and then this. Yeah, no, because this makes sense. This makes sense. Northbound. Da da da. Da da da. So, if we do it again, what locomotives are going to be assigned what trains? Southbound AM is going to be 7, 8, 9, right? 7, 8, 9. They arrived on the Northbound PM train. Northbound PM train is, or should this be the other way around? Let me finish my thought and then I'll think about that. Northbound PM train. GRS 2006 Thomas train's working. That's hilarious. Northbound PM train. What was the southbound? Hold on. We'll do it like this to sort of show me how this works. I need to show myself how this works. It's the 1, 2, and the 3 that are getting the extra work. That leaves 4, 5, and 6 doing the Northbound PM train. Because they did the Southbound PM train the previous day. Okay, I'm getting it now. Now, the only thing that I think turns this on its head, is if I say, what if we flipped it around? Because Jefferson is going to have better locomotive service facilities than the port, than Meridian, and yeah, so if we just have to swap it around, this. So this is a northbound. This is a southbound. This is a southbound. This is a northbound. North to fifthbound. Despicable. Northbound, southbound, southbound, northbound. Okay, so that means this leaves, northbound AM leaves, probably at like 1 in the goddamn morning. It leaves early. How much time do you need to turn around an ocean liner? That's pretty good. To clean it up, restock it, etc. How much time do you need to do that? Well, if we say this guy leaves at, let's just say he leaves at midnight. And the southbound AM leaves at 5 o'clock. Or whenever it leaves. It leaves at 6:30. We're just going to call it 6:30, even though it's later than that. Earlier than that. And these locomotives won't be used until the next day. That's the kicker. The ones that have gone out and back, they won't get used until the next day. So 6:30, the southbound PM train probably leaves at about the same time. We could honestly fit that in here instead of this long distance train, but I wanted it in there, so I might just squeeze in another train. So let's just say 6:30 p.m. And the northbound train. No, we always want the northbounds leaving before the southbounds. And there's a reason for that. And the reason is, I don't know. No, the reason is you want to give the ships time to restock after passengers have deboarded. So, oh, that's really hot. Oh my god. That's hot rice. Okay. I really wish we had set up stuff before we did this, so that I could just have AI running while I eat. Anyway. So, northbound PM train, which is this consist being turned around and sent back north, is leaves at. We could just say 6:30. We could still say 6:30. It would beat the rush, you know. And then this would depart at probably a similar time. But I'm thinking like 8:30. Or maybe 8 o'clock. So these two would probably meet out on the line somewhere. These two would not. Oops. So we have 3 consists, and so this equals this. Slide that across, and the 10th one obviously would be subbed in if something breaks. And I think if I move this down one more time, we will see this rotation. And then if I move it down again, it should match the first day. So every 3 days, the consist rotates completely. So there we go. That's how we get 2 northbound and 2 southbound trains out of a consist of 3 trains, but still make use of all the locomotives we have. Feeling the tiredness kicking in. Well, I mean, it's only incredibly boring, so I don't blame you even a little bit. We figured out the beach towel special anyway. So, yeah, and this would not be a mail train, so it's got to be separate from those. Okay, so we need you. When I spawn him on top of the thing, I don't know if it would give it to him automatically. We'll have to find that out actually. So I'm gonna start him right on top of this doodad, and we'll run a little test. So driver setup. 404. Let's just. Oh, right. We can't do it from there. We need to do it from here actually. And we need to do rule activation count. Oh, 7 times and then be disabled. Got it. Okay, well, we're gonna add schedule a track mark. Schedule a track mark, edit. Schedule a track mark. North staging. We're gonna need a lot of these. I'm just gonna be honest. We're gonna need a lot of these. And beyond that, we are going to need. Oh man. We're gonna need to sort of be a little bit clairvoyant here, because I'm not sure you can reorder these things in the list. And I don't want to be searching. So if I add a new track's identity, can I reorder these at all? No. No. Ah, crap. That is a little bit frustrating because we need to know how many we're going to have then. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 8. It's 8 in. So we need to add 7 more. Edit session. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 now. Select track mark. GERR, North Staging, Beach Towel Special. It did not select it. It put it in the first one. Son of a gun. Oh, this is not good. This is not good. Because we're locked in now. If I go and do this, we're locked in. Well, I guess we're locked in. So, I need to rename all these friggin' track marks then. Immediately. Man, I love Trainz. I love this game so much. Alright, so we're going to start from good old Beach Towel Special. We're going to go backwards. Which means we need to come up with these numbers for these trains. Ah, man. This is... Yeesh. This is a yeesh right here. At least up to there. So, this is going to be a mess for a while. That means this one's going to be 13, actually. Alright, this one's actually going to be 19, because it's the last one of the night. 13, 14, 15... Sorry, 13, 14, 15, 16. So that's 4 beach towel specials. 17, 18, 19. So we've got 3 other trains to work with once we're done with the beach towel specials. 19. This one is going to be train 100. Or sorry, 101. Right? Northbound trains are odd numbered. Our southbound trains are odd numbered. And these commuter trains, they're north of Gilson local trains. Or they're north of Gilson commuter trains, we'll just say that. Yeah, so we'll actually, I just want to abolish those for now. That means it's, right, 200, or sorry, 201, 203, 205, 209, because I skipped 207, 207, 211, 213, 215, whoops, and there we are. Now, I don't know if all these trains will stop at all of the intermediate stops. That remains to be seen. This one will probably not. This will be like an express commuter train. So I might end up reviving these designations, but that's unimportant right now. So we need to number these track marks. GRR, North Staging, Detector, Milepost. And this is going to be mail, or night mail, or just mail, I guess. And I'm going to do this to make my life a little bit easier. Control C. GRR North Staging. What is this? This is long distance 1. And North Staging commuter 1. Commuter 2. Next one's an express train. Oh. Let me click on the dang thing. Good. Oh, I thought I just coupled them together. Not exactly as much of a frustration as in Run 8, but hey. Express 1. This is another commuter train. Commuter 3. Commuter 4. Then beach towel special, right? Oh, I'm missing one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, wait a minute. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I put this in the wrong spot anyway. Oh, wait, no, I didn't. Oh, wait, yeah, I did. Why did I count to 8? Where'd I get 8 from? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Where did I get 8 from? Was I scrolled all the way over? I wonder if anybody noticed that. Do we have 13 tracks? I don't think so. We might need to add more. Oh my god, that would be the biggest frustration right now. If I have to add more tracks. I think I do, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We need 2 more tracks. Son of a gun! Not what I expected to be doing today. Why am I using this? That's not right. Just double checking. Did I make a three-way switch? No. We can extend these later if need be. And we're going to put a thing down right there. Oh, and I didn't even put them in the right spot. No wonder it looked weird. Alright, put you there. Put you there. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Straighten that out. Straighten that out. Straighten that out. Oh. Yeah. Put down the requisite signals, which will not be named properly unless I need to name them. Put down the requisite track marks. I don't think the direction of them actually makes a difference. So this next one is actually GR North staging. I think it's commuter train, right? Or is it express number 1? Or did I screw that up too? Yeah, I did. It's okay, I can just do this. The one-time reorganizing stuff is easy. GRR North staging. Commuter 5. GR North staging. Commuter 6. And I'm doing this because the commuter trains are interchangeable. Express 2. Then what? That's 2 more, and then, yeah, okay, because we're on the last track. Commuter 7. Oh, lag. Commuter 8. Oops, 8. Why is it lagging so bad when I'm doing this now? Beach towel special 1. Alright, so now I need to put this guy where he belongs. Oops. Double oops. And I need to make the train I need to make the track substantially longer. These are not short trains. And it stretches everything out. So, sort of like the universe expanding. Okay, if I stick these guys right on top of this, will it give them the thing when the session loads in? So now I need to... Oh my god, I hate this. New tracks identity. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. So from the top, make it drop. Starts with the mail train. Then we have the long distance train. That's not... What? What? I have to enter them in reverse order? What the hell? This is insanity. Oh my lord. Okay, okay, okay. Sure, 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 sure. Delete that, delete that. We'll add two more. Add new. And then select track mark. Alright, let's see. The next one after the beach towel special is... Okay, there are two commuter trains counting down. That's commuter 8. Then commuter 7. And then there's an express train. So the highest numbered express train we have, which is I think just 2. Express 2. And then, what, 3 more commuter trains? So we've already used 2, so we gotta start from 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Select track mark. 6, 5, 4. Oh no, I hit 5 twice. Wait a minute, how come that isn't getting bumped down? Why is it still at the top of the list? What is going on? How am I supposed to get these in any sort of sensible order? Oh, they're going in alphabetical order, aren't they? Of course they are. Of course they are. Why would they do that? Why would they do that? Why? Why? Why would they do that? North staging. I don't understand anything anymore. I don't understand. I don't get it. We didn't need to do any of that. It just puts them in alphabetical order. That's actually quite handy. That's not a bad thing, really. Okay. So what if we just say drive to like Olive, oh wait, GR, oh, that's track mark. Drive to OL, um, Olive 3? It's 3 that, no, 4. 4 is the southbound. 1 is the northbound. Alright, so basically all we need to do is see if that, that does thing. Which, let me just double check. I mean, it can't get there anyway because it needs to go through an interlocking tower to do so. But this is track 4, yeah? Of course it shows up on the thing. That sucks. Yeah, I told it. Okay. 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 We'll see if this works. Exit surveyor. Save. Yes. I still haven't eaten anything. I haven't eaten anything. My food's right in front of me. I took 2 bites and they were both too hot. Matt, shut up. You're right, but shush. I thought we had a newer version. Yeah, we do. Why is the session point... Why is the session 5 and the route is 6? This doesn't make any sense. What's missing? What? I did the thing where it gets rid of the stuff. How are there still missing dependencies? All right, whatever. Let's see what happens. When the session starts, I'm going to pause it right away. We started that train directly on a track mark. One of 2 things will happen. One of 3 things will happen. Either it doesn't give him the schedule, in which case that's fine. We'll just start him a little ways back with a command that says go to the track mark. That's option 1. Option 2 is it does, which is fine. I'm actually kind of glad if it works that way. although I would be a little bit concerned. Option 3 is it crashes the game. So option 4 is it derails the train also. So okay, we started here, and it gave us immediately one of the trolley consists, which is fine. You look like you have a schedule. You do have a schedule. Okay. Alright, so we can work with this. We can work with this. No, I'm making a stream.
Well, I know that, but like, who are you talking to about making what work?
I'm talking to the internet about making trains work.
Oh.
I don't know what answer you expected. I was talking specifically to Matt a minute ago. Anime, eBay, eBay 1, Amazon, Amazon 1. Which do I order from? You order from anime. No, I don't know. I don't know. The non-mainstream. I don't know if I would. I don't know. Amazon is probably like the safest bet just in terms of ordering things. Okay, so we need. I can use this as a schedule library, and I kind of wish I had better parameters for this, but we're basically going to have to use this for every locomotive and train that we have. Which means we need to design staging in a very certain way. But here's the thing. I want to model these after these, which this is you wait 5 seconds, then you wait for your time, then you horn, then you wait 5 seconds, then you copy commands. Which, the thing is, this train will be making very different station stops than the rest of them. But, for all the commuter trains, we do want to do it like this. We want to do it like the trolleys, where it says, okay, the commuter trains that are doing the same thing, not all of them will be doing the same thing, but most of them will be. And my food is cold. I'm just gonna munch and try to do this, and you guys don't have to look at me. Hold on. Sorry, my food's cold. Some of the trains are going to stop at the same stations as others. Really, to be robust about it, we should be doing it like this. So, wait for 5 seconds. Wait for 5 seconds. Then, wait until. And so this needs to wait until what? 6:30? We'll call it 6:30 for now. It's supposed to wait until 6:35, and then there's 15 minutes to get to Olive, which might be a little bit too much time. So we'll try it and we'll see. Wait until 6:35. All right. Wait for 5 seconds. It helps to have these little wait fors in between things. Horns. And this is when things are always going to be the same for the passenger trains. They're basically always going to come in on a middle track. So this middle track here. And that means I need to put some track marks down. Like right here. Now, what do I call this area? What do I call this? North Staging Edge. Track 4, or track 3, or whatever. I mean, I think so. I think that's about right. try and put them right in the middle. This one is way off. I guess the directionality of them does matter when it comes to assigning commands. Because there was an option for, like, do in both directions. Okay, so we have these track marks. They all need to be named. That's the one thing I'm definitely going to be doing all of, is naming all the track marks. The signals are a bit of an afterthought. But GRR, North Staging, Edge. North Staging. Oh, wait, I'm calling it GERR. Should I just be calling it GE? Yes, I should be. This whole time. This whole time I've been doing GERR. It's all got to be GE. It's 2-letter abbreviations. The 4-letter abbreviations are old. We don't use them anymore. I'm going to use them at the beginning. This is why you pay attention to the standards that you write instead of just assuming that you did something a certain way. GE. I don't even need to change all these right now, but it's going to piss me off if I don't fix them. I've now taken 3 bites of dinner. I could have planned ahead. I could have programmed something within the first hour and let it run and then done scenery, but I wanted to do scenery first because I figured we'd get carried away with this, which we 100% have, considering it is now almost 9:30 and we haven't touched the freight side at all. We've been figuring out the beach towel special and all of its intricacies. Okay, so that's GE. We're probably going to have to fix the rule so it's pointing at the right thing. GE, North Staging, Edge, and this is track 3. Edge 1. If you guys have a better name for this, please tell me. Please say something. Oops. It doesn't call you out when you have identical track marks anymore, and I wonder why that is. Okay, so that means that this is going to go yeah, and see, it broke that. So beach towel special, horns there, and then navigate via track mark, GE, North Staging, Edge 2. And that matches up with the other one, right? Oh, right, it's got to copy commands first. And drive via, navigate via, drive via. Oh. Why are we using navigate to? Shouldn't it be drive to? It really should be drive to. I think. Unless it causes problems, I'm not going to mess with it. Alright, see you, Orion. Have a good night. But we should really be using drive to everywhere. So, navigate via... Or, sorry. Drive via track mark. Hi, baby. You alright? Sure. Just give me a moment. What was I doing? Right. GE, North Staging, Edge, track 2. And then we're going to need to copy commands from. Alright, I will be right back. Everyone hold tight. Alright. So. And. Right, we need to copy commands from now. Sorry, that's the bit that I missed. Thank you all for sticking with me for just a minute while I settled that mattress, that matter. Um, Schedule library. We can add a group, and this is going to be, oh man, what are we going to call it? Gilson Eastern is too big of a thing. We could just call it like GERR Northside Passenger. Why did it? What? Wait, what? Move this over there, please. Add schedule. So we're gonna call this beach towel special. We don't have a standard for this yet. Let me just make sure that this is still library MVTC full service. Okay, so it looks like the groups are just decoration to help us figure it out. Lafayette. So, I had to check on that darn dog. So, this is important because we need to know what we're doing next. So, the train is going to... Oh, edit session is Control R, so we can jump back to this window quickly. The train is going to do these things. It's going to copy commands from, append commands from, library, beach towel special. And so they're going to go on to the end here. And what that's going to do is it's going to add on a bunch of commands for what the train's going to do through here. Now, I don't know if the beach towel special is going to stop in Olive. And I wouldn't necessarily think so. It's kind of a super express train. It's very important. It might stop at Bellington if I decide that Bellington is big enough to receive that sort of treatment. But I think the beach towel special is just going to go super express all the way there. Which makes this kind of simple. Now, I've talked about how much I wanted to redo all the interlocking towers. This is kind of the next thing that I have to do. Because I don't think we have a standard for the interlocking towers yet. We are supposed to have standards for the names of the signals. So they all need to be redone. We also need to do the customization for the signals. Because that all got reset too. Whoa! Totally out of control. So like this. I could change this stuff up. And I did do that. I'm just not sure in what order to do stuff. Now, obviously, configuring the signals is sort of like a last... That's the bottom of the list. But we do need to rename them. Which means we're going to need to redo the interlockings too. Now, the signals, railroad town location description. So we've got to do G, O, and I just lost it. Town location description. G, O, and I, and this is track 3. Track 1 southbound. G, O, and I, track 2 southbound. GE, O, and I, track 4 southbound. Okay. So those 4 are done. The switches also need to be done. Track 1 northbound. Track 2 northbound. Track 4 northbound. Okay. And then this is something else. G, O, and I, yard lead. Yard lead. G, O, and I, industrial lead. So those are all the signals that are going to matter here. We need to do the what do I want to call this actually? Because these are all called, this is the West Industrial Park. Yeah. So I think I might just call it West Industrial Park lead or something like that. Oops. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah. So we'll just call it West Industrial Park lead. That's kind of wordy, but what are you gonna do? Butler Yard. This is Butler Yard. I want to slide this guy up to be next to him, but whatever. Alright, there we go. I don't know how that's going to affect things. I'm sure that just exploded everything in the interlocking tower. Well, certain things did, anyway. Encountered object is not a path definition. Okay, well, yeah, that's because I shifted these guys around. Also, where is this leading it to? Oh, right, because I had it go all the way in to here instead of into there because it would get hung up. Well, I don't think I want to do that. I think we're just going to have to make it figure it out. Alright, we're just going to have to friggin' figure this out. Oh, you know what? It updated the names of stuff at least. These two have some issues. Um, and here. What is this signal? I don't. I think I wanted to end at this. Oh wait, that's a switch. No, you know what? I wanted to end. Oh crap, we're stuck with the yellow thing again. No, I do want it to end at this. Oh, you know what? These can be named like so. On Butler Yard lead southbound. It's gonna be Butler Yard lead northbound. Yeah. Okay. Okay, that works. We need to rename these real bad. So what the hell are switches supposed to do? Town location, railroad description. Oh man, that doesn't help at all. So it's got to be like OL, OL, ONI, or sorry, ONI, GER, or ONI, GE, ONI, GE, 24 south. Why the lag? Oh wait, hold on. Oh, probably because it's updating the interlocking tower. That might be a reason for it. 1IGE 24 north. Whoa, cancel. 1IGE. What is this one? X2 south. Sure, let's just call it that. We're stuck with the yellow lines again. I'll just call it Butler Yard lead. 3-1 south. I don't remember what my logic was for doing this. For doing it like this. 3-1 north. This is so much fun, guys. I'm so glad we're doing this. Can't believe I have 8 viewers for renumbering friggin' switch levers. Renaming switch levers. I hope people learn. I hope people learn something. Whether that is, this is how you do it, or this is how you don't effing do it. This shouldn't even be called these. This should be called, like, 2-1 south. And this should be 1-2 south. Yeah, we're changing it. 2-1 south. 1-2 south. And then 2-1 north. And then 1-2 north. Okay, so we got these, we got those, we got these, we got these, we got these to do next. This is 4-2 south. Wait, why is that 4? Oh, wait. Yeah, no, I don't understand my own logic here. I really don't. I don't get it. And it doesn't even matter because I can screw it up and it won't tell me. It won't say, hey, you have something else named this. I can just screw it up all day long and it will not matter. I mean, it will matter. It'll matter a freaking lot when I go to try to use it and everything just doesn't work. But, it doesn't matter yet. Game, why are you doing that? You're freaking me out. Didn't think we'd be doing fractions today, huh? Did you, people? Holy moly. Okay. This is the interesting one. So interesting. ONIGE West, for God's sake. West Industrial Park Lead. Yes, no, maybe? I don't know. Can you repeat the question? So, oh man. Are there buffers on these tracks? Yes. Thank the Lord Jesus. Oh, they're invisible signals. That's fine. That works. I might even want to slide them back. Oh, these are named the same. Oh, wait, no, they're not. Okay. So, let's see if we can fix the exploded interlocking tower. Wait for it. Okay, there's only two that are broken. But this one, I would like to end there. Automatic players only is fine. Because we're never going to have an AI try to request a, what are you doing? What is this? Yeah. We're never going to have an AI try to request a thing on its own. It's always going to be... Oh, right. It's always going to be... I am going to be assigning them the routes ahead of time with commands. And the thing that we don't have right now that I really love to have is names for these paths. I don't think we standardized that. But you know what? It'll work anyway. However, I would like it to be better. Oh wait, track 1 through. Track 2 through. Track 3 through. Track 4 through. Track 4 to track 2 southbound. Oh wait, sorry, I've got to put a name on this. This is track 1 northbound through. Track 2 southbound through. Track 3 northbound through. Why is hearing my own voice suddenly weird? Track 4 southbound through. Track 4 southbound to track 2 southbound. Track 2 southbound to track 4 southbound. Track 1 northbound to track 3 northbound. That should not say southbound. Track 3 northbound to track 1 northbound. The rest of these, I don't freaking know. Track 4 southbound to Um, to Butler Yard lead. You know what? I don't even have to say northbound or southbound. I can just say to track 4. Because it doesn't. It's always. It's guaranteed. Um, this is gonna be Butler Yard lead to West Industrial Park, and then, but or sorry, West Industrial Park to Butler Yard lead. I think these are paths to live by, or something. Um, Require path on schedule blocked. Display yellow disc disabled. Thank God. Okay, the other thing is we don't have much in the way of track marks at all. We have some triggers that are being used. And that's about it. We have some track marks that are being used for triggers. Or that are triggers. And the thing is, we have a bunch of these. We have a lot of these, actually. And in fact, some of these are actually, like this one, is the whistle post. That's not great. That's not very helpful. I do need some more track marks because right now we have one set of track marks there. I need another set of track marks in here somewhere. Probably like at the station at least. And then we need another set of track marks in between the two interlockings. Probably further down, like Slop Ridge here. Just for mainline trains. For now, I'll put a set of track marks here underneath the signal bridge. Or I guess before the signal bridge. Because I just don't want to get them mixed into this. They sort of have the right idea about which way they're supposed to point. Most of them do anyway. Okay, so this is our name track marks once again. Someday it'll be burned in my head. GEOL station 3. Yeah. All right, cool. Give me that. Well, station 1. GOL station 2. Whoops. There. GOL station 4. Oh, 4. There we go. So it's going to go there. Then it's going to go... it's going to set that up for itself at that distance. And then, you know what? Because that's Dense Island. We haven't set those up either. We're going to need to go and set up the interlocking over there. And then we can do Slop Ridge. So, Slop Ridge is a half-decent place to have track marks. Doesn't matter that these guys have long track mark radii. Really doesn't matter that much unless you're doing something very precise. GR OL. Oh, right. Town/location. I guess this is Slop Ridge. because I don't have a thing for just like it's on the main line. Hi kitty. The OL main line. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna change those from saying station to saying main line, and this will say main line as well, because this will be Slop Ridge. Um, Slop Ridge is SR. Or we could have a division or a sort of what's the word? A subdivision. I mean, what would you call this sub? The Great Swamp Sub? Great Swamp Sub. SW. We'll still call it SW. Um, yeah, that works. SW Slop Ridge. Oh, whoops. I was even doing it wrong. Because this is 3. This is actually 2. This is actually 4. Oops. Now I need to do like a subdivision map. Cool. That's going to be great. Which means that actually those are fine. We'll leave those. And then we got to put some things down here. Some things to the main track, definitely. And I guess I'll let this one run a little long because I want to get this. No, we're not going to have time to get this programmed. I'm just going to wrap it up when I wrap it up, and that's what we'll do first thing next time. Once I get these track marks in, because we've still got to sort out that other interlocking tower. Actually, we've got to sort out 2 more interlocking towers. And we're going to have to put track marks beyond as well as something to make sure the trains actually go. Which, this is GE. What is this place called? Mace's Landing, ML. ML. Oops, MLZ, yeah. And what are we calling this place? Downtown Station. GML. Just call it mainline. That's 3. That is track 3, isn't it? This is mainline 1. This is mainline 2. This is mainline 4. Oops. And I know this all seems insane, but it'll make life easier in the long run, if we ever get there. And I don't think this is set up right, by the way, because it did not work. Did not work properly. I think I was gonna have it set up done by the doohickey doodle, the interlocking tower, so that we never actually figured this out. But it definitely did not work right. Because this is on 29. Maybe these aren't. Because I came through here with the Beach Towel Express when I was doing my little run after last time. No, these are on the right channel. Oh, is it set to like simple mode so it isn't using the outer two? That might be it. Try clicking on it. How about with the right tool? Um, this version now defaults to level crossing mode. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing. Um, I I do not know what the issue is here. It just did not work right. Wait, Route 1. Oh, LCM. Now it should work? SPL event? Hmm. Hmm. I don't really know what I'm doing with this, but I've stared at it long enough. And I know that this probably shouldn't be on, like, you know, thing. It should just sort of do. Hmm. Yeah, see, this is not set to level crossing mode, even though it is a level crossing. I feel like this should just work, but I also don't really know what I'm doing. The other thing is, I feel like I should be able to tell this to, on any of these functioning, on any of these firing, like this one, to add, one of these slaves, activate one of these slaves. I don't know. It just seems like a thing I should be able to do. Um, I mean, these are, what are these called? TRC3 Invisible Interlocking Tower. Yeah, maybe I could do this with TRC. I don't know. Maybe I need a TRC compatible slave. I feel like I'm going to be sort of Frankensteining something that works here, but it works at the other one. It works at the other, you know, it worked at least down, you know what? Let me check on this. It worked down here. Um, and that is something that I actually, yeah, this is set to Route 1. And then this is set like this. And these are set, oh, right, they're doodads. These are set to Route 2. And these are Route 1. Okay. But why is this on Route 1 then? Why is this on Route 1? This doesn't make any sense to me. Ooh. This one apparently works? Question mark, maybe. This one was acting funny. I mean, I'll turn it back to the way it was because I want it to be less broken. But it really shouldn't be on Route 1. It really shouldn't be on Route 1. I don't think, unless I am confused. Because I need to know what happens with a tram thing. Yeah, I don't know how to sync it in with the railroad crossing bit. Because really, these are the tracks. Or these are the phases. And this is the tram. You know, the main line is the tram. I don't know. Anyway, thank you guys for coming along on this one. We will figure it out. I hope you guys enjoyed. Whoa, hello. Woo. And I'll see you next week. This is the Admiral signing off. Losing my goddamn mind.